Well, hello guys, and today we are back at Sarah, where we are viewing a ritualistic warrior ceremony. I think it's entirely for the pride of being able to drum your chest and say you're the best fighter, because there doesn't seem to be any point of standing in the glowing rings. But Cog and Locust have always been enemies, and these are, of course, hotly contested. And so, while we're enjoying that gameplay footage, it just seemed fitting because of the Hype Festation event going on this weekend, which I've been having a blast watching. I don't know if you guys will view this video in time to watch any of it, but definitely go back and watch the replays because that's really been a special event, and being able to watch Gears of War play at a competitive level is just inspiring, and it really makes me want to play Gears again. So hopefully I'll be able to see you guys in some Gears lobbies. And of course, today's topic is the Hercules-Corona Borealis Great Wall. It's a galactic structure, and it has dethroned the Sloan Great Wall from its former place as the largest structure in the universe. And the new champion, the Hercules-Corona Borealis Great Wall, is so long in its name because anything shorter and less cumbersome would not do the ginormously titanic galactic structure justice. It is 6 times larger than the Sloan Great Wall, so it's sort of fitting that the name is 4.6 times longer. Not exact, but hey, someone tried, at least. And so if you try to grasp the size of the Hercules-Corona Borealis Great Wall, it's big. It really is very big. I had not heard of this galactic structure until one of my subscribers suggested the topic, but now that I've done some research, I still have no clue about how big it is. It's because the human brain really sucks at conceptualizing things that are trillions of times bigger than the Earth. I have even a hard time imagining how big the Earth is, because I can't see all of it at once and gauge its size against myself at the same time. We can't even fathom a single light year, let alone something that's 10 billion light years across. Since a light year is 5.8 trillion miles, the Hercules-Corona Great Wall, Borealis Great Wall, is 58 billion trillion light years across. Yeah, that meant nothing to you. So that is, 58 with, a lot of zeros. Here, I'll put it on the screen. And that also means nothing. Well, let's see. So the Great Wall of China is 5,500 miles long. And that means that the Hercules-Corona Borealis Great Wall is only 1.05 million trillion times longer. So if we put that in a different way, if the Great Wall of China represents a single second, then the Hercules-Corona Borealis Wall represents 31,700 years, give or take a few years. And it's sort of hard to grasp the difference. The difference between years and seconds is so huge. Let's rephrase that a little bit. So if we'll say that the Great Wall represents a single day, then the Uber Wall represents 2,738,880,000 years. So it's sort of big. It's so big that it's currently destroying the current theories about matter distribution in the universe, because obviously matter congeals in galaxies and stars. In galaxies, inside the galaxies you have stars, and then planets and all stuff. So matter is squished together in certain spots. But the current theory was that if you take a wide enough viewpoint of any section of the universe, the matter in that viewpoint will be roughly similar to the matter in an equally large viewpoint taken somewhere else in the universe, and that matter is relatively equally distributed throughout the universe as long as you have a wide enough panorama or wide enough view. Of course, the Hercules-Corona Borealis Great Wall is so unbelievably huge that it really sort of destroys that theory. It is by far larger than any of the largest views which someone thought you had to take to find an equal number of mass, and of course the fact that it's one gigantic blob of galaxies bound together by gravity, it really sort of throws the whole mass distribution thing out of kilter. So what's it mean for us? I don't know, actually. It's just huge. It's big. As any good electrician would do when faced with something that they don't understand, I decided to consult my 2014 copy of the National Electric Code to try to shed some light on the matter. And so it defines a structure as that which is built or constructed. Well, okay. But who builds a wall that big? And why on earth would you build it? First off, it has to be clear in the name. it's the Hercules-Corona Borealis Great Wall, so it stands to reason that Hercules had something to do with it. I think that building the galactic structure was probably the 13th and little reported labor of Hercules, which is really a shame, because it is obviously the most impressive. I mean, who cares about shoveling out King Marianitis' stables with a river when you built the Hercules-Corona Borealis Great Wall? I mean, one's a stable on Earth, the other's is the largest structure in the universe. And perhaps even more impressive is that it seems that he did all this work for the measly reward of beer. I mean, I don't know why else Corona is in the name. How else would beer affect the Hercules-Corona Borealis Great Wall? I mean, it has to be a motive. That's all I can think of. It was a motivation for Hercules to go do the thing. And so Corona should really get on the story as part of their advertising campaign, because if my beer inspired a demigod to build the largest structure in the galaxy, I really know that I would be touting that everywhere. And of course, now this is where the whole thing gets incredibly practical, because Great Walls have not had a really good track record historically of keeping out what they were supposed to. The Great Wall of China actually didn't stop the Mongols from taking the place over. And I don't even want to begin to imagine what it is on the other side of the universe that someone's felt it necessary to build a wall so big to try to keep them out. The Mongols rampaged through Asia in one of the single most deadly events in human history, and space Mongols. That could really be the end of life on Earth as we know it. I can just see planets left in their wake, with entire moons made out of the severed heads of the planet's slaughtered populaces. And of course with Earth, I think it would just be an unfortunate occurrence, because the poor cats would probably be mistaken as the dominant species and the overlords of the planet, and they would also have their heads severed in the little new skull moon, because they figured that they were killing the overlords and the overlords' servants, the humans. So, and of course, and here's where it gets really positively scary, because if the space Mongols possess fast and light travel, they will be here before we even notice that the Hercules-Corona Borealis Great Wall has been breached. And so it really happened without warning. And that's one of the tactical mistakes about building a Great Wall. All the barbarians on the other side of the wall decide that there must be something really desirable on the other side of the wall that people are trying to keep them away from. I mean, they might not even found Earth at all because it's so far away, if there wasn't a monstrously huge wall up there, and then they're like, wow, there must be something really juicy on the other side of that. And so, back whenever I had goats, they would always just like move heaven and earth to get inside any area that you wanted them out of. Like you had this huge property full of lush grass everywhere, and they would be straining their necks and breaking veins, eyeballs bulging with heads straining through a little hole, trying to get to the delectable little prized vegetables inside the garden. So basically, Earth is sort of the cosmic equivalent of a cabbage patch, and all the rabbits on the other side of the wall are going to be trying to get over here. Of course, one thing which I hadn't thought of yet was that there's an off chance that there's aliens on the other side of that wall which had been watching us for a while, and then they said, heck no, those self-destructive, polluting little vermin are going to stay over there, and so they built a wall. So, that could be it. Well, guys, a huge thanks to Slaughter for suggesting this topic, and of course if you want a topic of your own suggested, be sure to leave it in the comments, and if you want a random song to be sung during the video, also leave that in the comments, and I will catch you guys around. Thanks for watching.